What's up, dude?
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
I am hanging in there. I thought
Good.
we had stress at the beginning, but hey, everything seems
There you go.
fine. I feel like I'm a little dark, but it's fine. No worries.
No, you're good. The lighting's good. I feel like I'm a little overexposed. I look like I'm a ghost right now.
Nah,
I'm gonna say.
you're good. You're good.
Good. Oh, that's worse.
I was about to say that's like,
There you go.
hit me
Whatever.
with your elevator pitch. Who is Wildcat Hippo?
All right. So Wildcathippo, I'm a just chatting streamer that doesn't do just chatting. Oddly enough, I love playing single player games and chilling with chat. That's really what I love to do. I've got a lot of life experience that I like to share with people. Love answering people's questions when they got them. That's really it, honestly. Still trying to work out all the kinks, all the details. But that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Well, okay. So then, how long have you been streaming?
So I started streaming again in at the end of December of 2020. So like 3-ish months,
Oh,
almost 4.
so once again, not that long.
I'm a little baby, yeah, I guess.
Damn. What did you think about getting into streaming long before that, or was it kind of like a spur of the moment? I'm gonna get into streaming.
Uh, well, so I started streaming back in like 2018 for a few months, but then I stopped because I had a lot of like personal shit going on. So then, over like the last like couple of years, I've kind of done a lot of like self reflection and all that stuff, and I kind of got ready to come back and try this stuff for real this time. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it's as I mentioned, Katie. I totally forget why I started streaming. In fact, I forget how I found streaming. To be completely honest, and it's just, did you watch Twitch? Hey, chat. By a round of whoever wants to answer this, did you watch Twitch before you were on Twitch? Because obviously this show begs to have other streamers on because I talk to other
Mhm.
streamers. But did you, Wildcat? Did you watch Twitch before you were on it?
So the first time around, no, not really. So it was very rare that I would kind of watch other streamers. I think the only ones that I really watched were back in 2018. I couldn't even tell you who I probably didn't even watch very much. It was mostly YouTube. But in 2020, like when COVID hit and everything, I started really lurking in a lot of Twitch chats, and I was like, I could do this. Like this looks like a lot of fun. Like I'd love to have like a little community that I can interact with and do all this stuff. So I watched
Okay.
a lot of Ludwig, a lot of Mizkif, and a lot of the OTK side of Twitch.
Yep. Yeah.
Some Pokey here and there. I love Maya's stream. I don't know if you know Maya. It's like she's Mizkif's
I
girlfriend.
was
She
about to
does a
say.
lot of like the bird sanctuary,
Yeah.
Alvea sanctuary stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like their streams. So I was kind of trying to emulate that, I guess, like with the entertainment side of things.
Okay.
I because I'm quite shite at video games, so I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just be a personality. So you know what?
You
That's it.
It's so funny you say that. How many people in you and everybody in this chat, how many people always go average gameplay? That's such a tagline for streamers.
I
It's
I hate
just
it.
come for the average come
Yeah,
for the average gameplay, stay for, the good vibes. Like that's the put that up on my mom's
that's it.
wall with live laugh love. Like that's the
That
thing.
right next to it. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, that's why I don't really try to say like I'm crap at video games. I mean, there's like a line in my about me section where it's like, if you think you're bad at games, wait till you see this. But that's the only thing that you'll find. It's like I hate that advertisement as like a pitch, because it's like, okay, everybody's bad at games
Yeah.
unless you're like Shroud. Like, so you know
Yeah, unless you're in esports or someone coming from esports.
yeah.
That's in fact that right there is very very big. Is the fact that most, if not all, streamers should be relying on their personality or how they can build their personality slash brand, if you will. Because some people are boring, but you could boring isn't bad per se. You just have to build a
Mhm.
brand or community around that. You could be a relaxed
Yeah.
streamer like Sword Mouse, very very
Okay.
relaxed. I wouldn't say he's boring, but he's very you could
Low key.
low key, very easy, chill like stream, which is fantastic. I mean, it's very odd how now I put streams on in the background, like TV. I used to put TV on, but now I have like actual people. There's just that human connection that comes with Twitch that I think everybody loves about it, right?
That's it. I find, like, I mean, I see this all the time in the streamer tips things. It's like, your audio needs to be better than your video, because most of the time people are just listening to you anyway. So that's kind of like where I feel like a lot, like most people nowadays, I'd say, because I feel like there's like a lot of like normal people coming in, like they call them normies on Twitch, that are like, it's this huge wave. I'm one of them that like come into the Twitch to try to like make a name for themselves, and and most of them suck at video games. So that's really not the market that you're trying to appeal to, right? It's the entertainment side. So being like outgoing as a character,
Yeah.
just like on the mic, I think is what's going to draw people in my experience. I think
So
that's why most of my viewers come in.
now that you've been at it for a little bit, are you still having fun with it? Because it can
Oh yeah.
become a job very, very quickly, right?
Yeah, definitely. At the beginning, I was streaming like 6 days a week,
Oh,
like for 6 hours a day.
oh,
But like
no.
legitimately, like I wasn't doing it because I was like, oh, this is like I got to do this like a job. It was like I loved hitting go live and just fucking just
Yeah.
rolling with it and just having fun. Like that's what I want to do. And then I'm watching guys like last week I was watching Juan on this stream and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, he's probably right. It's not a matter of like if, it's a matter of when you burn out. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to reduce the workload in terms of like going live and try to shift my focus to other platforms. Try to do that.
The,
Do a
the
lot of stuff behind the scenes. Sorry.
the kicker is just that stream less is the whole you hear. I think I should stream less. Like these Saturdays are very, very long for me. But also real quick,
Okay.
Deathcap, I see. I'll pop you in at 4:30 if you're ready. If you join the Discord, or I can Discord call you, we can get you up and running. But we're all over the place. Saturdays are still. I'm still. First of all, thank you, Wildcat, for jumping on with the chaos.
No
I
worries.
know it's.
Yeah, I love lurking in these streams because they're a lot of fun. They're really informative. I find most of the people that tune into these ones are probably streamers themselves. So
That's well that's the kicker is luckily as far as like working off of content, these conversations I feel are always these are my streamer tips. Let's be honest, guys. Like these are there's so much advice packed into these conversations. And I try to, but I don't have you watched any other podcasts like this or like live stream Twitch interviews like this on Twitch?
interviews, no, but like I watched a couple of game shows. Like the Austin show is a big one that I love to watch. The Lover Host.
Yep.
Those ones I find are like the best content. Like it's got nothing to do with gaming. It's really just all the personalities gathered in one room, and I think that's the biggest draw.
Yep.
And that's what I really like about this stream is because it's like, well, there's nothing gaming related. It's all like stream based with other creators, and that's that's why I want to come on and talk to you because like it's great.
No,
It's great.
it's huge. I think right now, and I think kind of for the ever, is the collab meta. I know everybody has their feelings about the word networking and collab, but it really is the blending, the honest blending of audiences. Because like clearly, I will have people on that may have not built. I have an audience, but there's I could have Ludwig on tomorrow. It doesn't mean that anyone's going to stay from his stream. I could literally have no one stay from his stream. But the fact is I'm getting exposure and there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of, I always think of it as an economy of smaller streamers. And that's what you need to do. There has to be zero expectations. You guys hear me say that constantly. And then just genuine friendships. And then from there you start. That's what I love about social media. As you can see, I'm just attached to social media.
Yeah, your tweets are hilarious.
Which if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, you fools, and just interact.
Actually, it's hilarious. Yeah, he's funny. Shout out to Drizzy. Sorry, he's one of my friends. He's actually he's chilling in chat. What's up, man?
I saw it. Give him my video board does it work? Yeah, there we go.
I saw it.
There we go. We got it.
Saw it.
Did you? So doubling back to like outside content and whatnot. Do you have any like ideas what you want to do with your content outside of streaming, or how you can use your stream to make your content?
Yeah, so I've been thinking a lot about that recently because on my TikTok, if you look at my TikTok, like I've got nothing really besides gameplay clips and like funny clips. Like it's not gameplay like, oh look at this pentakill or whatever. It's all like funny moments from my streams.
Yeah.
But that's not enough, obviously. So I'm trying to I've come up with like a couple of ideas, like a couple of series recently that I'm gonna work on this week to try to put out. And I'm excited because I haven't seen these things before, so like it's exciting for me. So stay tuned for that. In the future, so I've always wanted to do this thing where I kind of get into like broadcasting and voice acting.
Okay.
Like right out of high school, I was like going down the path of being like a sports broadcaster. Like that's what I wanted to do. That was my thing. And then I got discouraged because it was like, oh, it's oversaturated, this market, and I was like told not to do it. So for the longest time, I was just sitting there listening, like, yeah, all right, I'm not gonna do it. It's oversaturated. And then here I am on Twitch. So the irony, right? Like,
oh man,
it's like you just. it's so much time wasted because you're just constantly listening to other people
Yep.
that you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. My mom says I shouldn't. My dad says I shouldn't. Not them. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, bad
yeah,
examples because they're
yeah.
actually
No, no,
really
no.
supportive. But like like your friends are like, are you sure you want to do that? Because like there's like 2 sports broadcasters on TSN, and thousands of applicants. It's like, yeah, but I could be the one. You could be the one. So why stop? Like why limit yourself? Even if you're not that one there, you could be the one somewhere else.
The
So,
like Fama said, you need some Gary V. I'll be your Gary V right now.
oh
Fuck
my
no.
god.
Anyone who says saturation at this point, do you know how
Hmm.
many of the streamers? Now, there's plenty of others that have unfortunately kind of stalled out, but there are still plenty of streamers to this day making strides and building communities around Call of Duty, a game that's first of all
Hmm.
toxic in nature was the whole thing, and second of all is saturated because there's so many people playing it. It's not about the game. The game is such a base. People can relate to that game, and from there you have to decide like what is your person. How do you just build those honest connections and get people in. Now, there's
Yeah.
no guarantee. There's a huge no guarantee for sure. I'm on the more pessimistic side of things because
Yeah.
bully, but like there's still the fact that you can build that experience. You can make streaming work for you. And I think don't let that Gary V moment right here. Don't let the fact that there's other casters, there's other streamers. There's always going to be an opportunity. And if not, literally make one. There's people, I guess a semi example is the fact that there's people doing game shows. There's tons of game shows on
Mhm.
Twitch. There's tons of podcasts. It's the fact that just start making it and then improve and just have the
That's it.
wherewithal. The wherewithal is that the word that I want? to
I'm
know,
not. I'm not sure. Like I get what you're trying to say, but I don't think that's the word. Is
yeah.
it?
I don't
It's fine.
know.
We'll go with it. Roll with it. The
I'm a
wherewithal.
schmuck.
Yeah.
Can I get a vocabulary check in chat?
Vocab check.
But to know that you can build something, it might not work out, but you put the effort in. I think, or
That's it.
just see other people like hang around. Call of Duty is just the example. Some people try and make their own tournaments. Say, hey, can I cast for your tournament? Just build that portfolio of stuff. That ooh, this shit gets me fucking pumped. I'm sorry, I'm ranting.
So like that's the kind of thing like we were talking about what I want to do is like broadcasting, right? So how do
Yep.
you kind of do broadcasting on Twitch? And like so I hate this game. I'm gonna preface this by saying I hate this game so much, but it's like a love-hate relationship game. It's League of Legends. Anybody who's ever played it will tell you
There you go,
it's
Fama.
the most toxic community you could
I
ever
hear
throw
that all the
yourself into.
time. I hear that all the
Like
time.
like if you think that the community that you're playing in like Overwatch or Counter-Strike is toxic, just play League of Legends. Just play a game. That's all you need. Anyway, so like I had this idea. It's been done before, but it's like I want to try to like get like a in-house game of League of Legends where I'm not playing, but I get my viewers to play each other like 5v5, and then I just cast the game. And I think that that would be like, one, you're building the experience, right, of doing that kind of thing, and two, it's different. Like it's different than what you're doing on your channel. Just because it's not different compared to everybody else, like that's the thing that like people I think stick to a lot is like comparing themselves to others.
Yeah.
Compare yourself to yourself. I've never done this broadcasting thing before. This could be a good foot in the door for this kind of thing,
Yep.
right? So just to kind of like go back to that, like what I want to do in the future. It's like just broadcast, and then one day Riot Games will hire me and they'll be like, "Yo, you want to come do an event?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure, no problem."
Legit that part of that anything is possible moment. The whole
Yeah,
yeah, you can keep it anyway. I mean, shit, I compare myself to other streamers all the time,
yeah,
and
it's hard not to.
it's so hard not to. I don't know why I do it, but every streamer, even though I'm doing stuff completely different, I'm doing live podcast, unaffiliate, like I'm doing completely different stuff, and I'm just like, why is this dude playing like Call of Duty doing better than me? Like, duh, he's doing something different, you schmuck. But it's so hard.
Yeah, KB, the first game back, trying to learn it after a year, got told to rage quit life. That's a microcosm of the entire league community. Like they've been trying hard to crack down for the last like 5 years on toxicity, and they can't. They just can't figure out a way around it.
I don't even know.
So
Like I said, like Katie
it's
was
fine.
saying, Apex I think is the least toxic, but I don't know what makes a community toxic. You know, like what? Oh,
It's the attitude. It's the attitude that you have in game. So like a lot of the times, because it's like a 5v5 game, and a lot of it is like individual based on like a micro level, but it's a team game on a macro level. I find that a lot of people, when they lose their 1v1 matchups,
yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh, well, nobody helped me. I'm gonna just sit in base," and then it becomes a 4v5 situation, and then like your team just loses because you had a shitty attitude. Like that's pretty much what it boils down to. That, or you're flaming other people and you're telling them like, yeah, you shouldn't be on this game, go and install all this stuff. Like it gets way worse than that. I'm not gonna say that on Twitch because you can't, but like you know how it is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
like
Damn, it's so bizarre. I mean, we're talking about just adults, you would assume. Obviously, there are children players, but like these
yeah,
adults who have just. I was the squeaky Halo kid. Like I was the squeaky screaming Halo kid growing up. Halo 2 on
same.
Xbox, I was just screaming, I was like, what the fuck? You like
Oh my
I
god.
definitely said shit that you're not supposed to shit. I have grown up, I've matured, but that's just it.
Mhm.
There's for a lot of people, there's that no click. There's that mature moment, and it's funny just seeing these dudes with kids. Still, I saw a photo the other day of a dude who broke his headset. I hope that isn't anybody here. Did somebody break their headset here? Because hey, if you're throwing your headset and you're like 30, what you doing?
No, like I get the throwing the headset. It's the taking it out on other people. That's where I feel like
Yeah,
I draw the line. Like
yeah,
I've
yeah.
thrown my headset at my wall before, and like this was like last week. But like, so
No.
like this is this is just to like just to clear the air. Like when you take it out on other people, that's when it becomes like a
Okay,
problem.
you're right. You're right. It's better to take it
Like
out on the controller than people. You're correct.
you can
Yes.
always buy another controller. You can't unsay what you've said to someone. So like I don't know. That's where I think that the line gets drawn is when other people get involved, or
Yeah.
when you involve other people rather
Yeah.
in your rage. Because when you play a competitive game, you're not playing to lose, right? You're playing to win. So when you lose, obviously you get frustrated, especially when somebody's better than you. There's like a running joke in like Counter Strike where it's like, well, if I lose, it's not because they're better than me, it's because they're cheating, and that's just like it's a joke, but at the same time, some people take that seriously.
Yeah. Actually, I
So
want to. Sometimes the best will get tilted in rage. Actually, that's a good point. Is the fact that a lot of like bigger. I mean, Tim the Tatman, any of the Call of Duty, they all rage.
mm,
Like, there's the rage player. I mean,
yeah,
XQC rages. Ninjas had his moments. Like, you think of the big players, they all rage. What
mm,
is that? Because with smaller streamers, it's off-putting. But for whatever reason, these bigger streamers who have made it, whatever. Also, what's up, Murdogan? Like they've all can get away with it. But for whatever reason, do you think smaller streamers can get away with it, or is it just a bigger streamer thing?
I have a couple of people in my audience that just come here to watch me rage. Like
Really?
that's yeah. Like they're like, oh, he's gonna yell. Oh, we're waiting for it. Oh, he just died in that level of Mario. We're waiting. Uh, I don't know. I think it's funny to watch people get mad at video games because it's like trivial in a sense to get mad at something that's so like something that you shouldn't be getting mad at, especially a game like Mario. It's like you're only fighting yourself really. So then when you get mad, it's like it's just kind of fun. I don't know. For me, I laugh when people rage, but I can understand why it's off-putting because it's like, dude, grow up. But it's
Yeah.
like, nah,
For, for
it's more
me,
than just a game.
yeah. Anyone in chat, how do you feel about rage game? I guess there's a science to it. Me personally, I guess I'm more of a coming from a dude. I'm a grandpa. I'm a grandpa, everybody. I listen to podcasts. I prefer like music and art streams. I'm a very uh chill lurker. I lurk for the most part. But what do you usually go to when you're watching on Twitch?
Uh, personality. I'm not
Personally?
watching games usually. Like I'm
Yeah.
not like oftentimes I'll be watching like the streamer like the friends that I've made streaming. Like I
Yeah.
watch a lot of Pisces. Like Pisces is great. Uh, love that guy. Um, I'll lurk in like their chats and like I'll interact with them sometimes. But when I'm not doing that, I'll be watching the personalities like Ludwig and like Mizkif are like the two biggest ones that I'll watch
Yeah.
most of the time. Just because like of the laughs that you get from watching these people. Like they're genuinely funny people, and so I love laughing. I think everybody loves laughing. So I seek that out in the content that I watch,
Yeah.
the content that I consume, and that's the kind of content that I want to put out. Like I want to make people laugh. I want to make people like good about like feel good about their days. Yo, there's
Oh,
Spicy's in chat. What's good?
well, look who it
Yo, I
is.
summoned him. There you go.
Can we get a
A lot of
also?
laughs.
I don't know if it works. I did do a thing. Somebody put in exclamation "suh, dude" or exclamation hashtag Gert Gang. One of those two might do something. I have to put in unstables. I have alerts for a lot of the regulars that I have to start adding in. I just need to make sure these work.
Yo.
Oh, it's not going to work. That pisses me off. I got trigger fire. Damn, I'm angry. It doesn't work over here. All right. Thank you guys for trying.
So I have a question actually.
Yeah.
So I saw this like kind of movement on like Twitter and TikTok of people getting mad at lurkers in their chat. and I don't really. What's your opinion on lurkers? Like, do
Getting
you?
mad at lurkers?
Yeah, like I saw this one tweet. I think it was last week, and some dude was like, "Look, if all you do is lurk and you don't interact with me, why are you even here? Like, get out. Like, I don't want you to follow me." And like there were like,
Can you at that person for me?
yeah, I'll try to go back in my history. I'll bookmark it. Uh, I don't think that that lurking is a problem ever. Like I support the lurkers. Honestly, I want more lurkers. Like that's
Okay.
at the end of the day. Like
First of all, this show begs to be lurked. Like it's a podcast. It begs to be lurked. Now everybody
exactly, yeah.
chatting right now, fucking fantastic. My big thing is actually I think I changed my alert because now I don't have the alerts on the screen, but I have it. That's probably why it doesn't work on this screen that I just tried to do. But like it'll say interact with chat. Like you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I'll occasionally go to the chat. But the lurkers are there's yes, lurkers are fantastic. I don't mind
Mhm.
them. I'm literally a lurker. I lurk Discords. I've been
Yep.
in pretty much everybody here. Even if I don't follow somebody, I'm lurking in their chats. I study every single person. It's actually probably really creepy. I should probably start saying hello to more people. But there's a different type of lurker that can be bad, and those are people only there for themselves. The hello, I'm lurking people that say they're lurking,
Mhm.
there can be some trickiness with that. Are they coming just to
Yeah.
show their name? And then
Mhm.
there's the lurkers there for the streamer push. Like people, no offense to anybody doing this, but I fucking hate it. The partner push lurkers.
Oh
People
god.
only there
Yeah.
to help the streamer get to partner. Now you can be there to help the streamer with a lurk if that's what you want to do, but I feel like there's a little bit of a like what comes after that? Are you just going to keep lurking? Is that part of it? So
Mhm.
90%, like 95%, I lurkers are fine. And anyone getting angry at that are idiots. Your opinion. I just ranted. I'm sorry. How do you feel?
No, no. Well, what's the end goal with the push for partner lurkers though? Like you said, like are they gonna stick around after they hit partner? So are they just gonna hit like a concurrent viewership of 75, and then all of a sudden the lurkers are gonna vanish and they're back down to 20? Like not that 20 is bad, but like is that like what do these lurkers hope to achieve? Like maybe they're genuinely just helping out a friend,
Yeah.
but also at the same time like what's the end goal? Why just ask people to help you with the push to partner instead of growing the community organically? Because I
I
feel like once all those lurkers leave,
I
like do
wouldn't.
you ever lose partnership? Sorry, I don't know how that works.
No, you'll never lose partnership, or the
Okay.
only way you can lose it if you ask to get rid of it, like I did with affiliate. There are tons.
Okay.
That's why some of the statistics are weird, is because there's statistics with like partners that are still not active. Somebody can Google it because I don't know it because my name's Anime Daddy, and of course I don't know a lot about that stuff, which I should because I'm in the streaming world. But there are tons of
Same.
streamers who are partnered that have not streamed for years, but they're still added in those statistics. You'll never lose partner. The funny part is, yeah, it's that are those actual lurkers there just because of the push, or is it because
Mhm.
that they that's just who they were to begin with, and you've just did a call to action? I mean, shit, a call to action is perfectly fine. I mean, if you guys aren't following me on Twitter, here's your call to action: follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is
Smooth.
fire. And then, if you want extra content after the show, join the Patreon so that I can feed my dog and buy more Cinnabon. What's up, Cinnabon? Hashtag sponsor. But like having science ends up promo. But like there's those call to actions that you can. Here's the trick: you can do those push to partners, but you need to take advantage of that exposure. You need to be
Mhm.
able to convert those people who are just there for the partner push into your audience as well. And a lot of people can't do that very well. It's very, very tricky. So
Mhm.
who are you people? Who are you lurkers in those things? But I'm still very weary about people doing partner pushes, personally speaking.
Well, it's the same thing with the follow for follow. I think it's
Yeah.
following the same trend.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same trend. It's
Yep.
it's like, yo, you support me, I'll support you, and at the end of the day, it's like it's not really organic because they're not coming to your stream or the content that you're creating for the sole purpose of consuming it, like to enjoy it. They're just doing it to get their name out there. It's a very selfish push, I find, the follow for follow and the push for partner. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to help you so that maybe one day, when I'm doing my push for partner, you can help me. I just don't think that that's very effective in creating long-term growth.
Yeah.
But I'm a 3-month Andy, so I can't really say anything. So like, you know what? Maybe I don't.
No,
Maybe I should like dial it back a little
dude,
bit, but
I haven't even been doing this a year and I talk like I've been doing it for 40. Like that's the weird thing about streaming is you can just dial in. I'm still learning, that's why I have these conversations, but you can really dial in and that's how do you feel about people giving advice? Do you look for someone in particular to give you advice, or when you come across a tip, is it just if it's a valid tip, you take it no matter how big of a content creator that person is?
so usually what I do when I find like a good tip, one that like I would consider putting or using in my own stream, I'll wait until I find another person saying it because I feel like there's no shortage of that on like TikTok.
Yeah.
And then like what I've got like here on my notepad is like I've got a list of like potential ideas, but if it's one person saying it, I feel like especially if that person is small, I question like how useful it would be to me. So if I see like five TikToks in a row of somebody being like, "Oh, you should turn off the mature audience feature," I might consider that. You know, that's at like the top of my list, and I'm like, maybe. And then I'll like do some research on it beforehand. Like I won't like instantly watch a video and be like, "All right, pause, go to my computer," and then just like add it into my stream. Like that's not usually how I operate, but maybe I'm weird.
No, that is the intelligent way to do it, in my opinion. You need to research some of these tips. The tips
Mhm.
that are like anything with OBS, blah blah blah. That's pretty like anything that's tech related or OBS related or like something to add to your stream. I think I know now. Like, there's no way, but that's just for me being on the platform. There's tons of new streamers every day, but it's the advice. Like, there's was always the argument with always be talking.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't the argument. I say argument because I make it an argument because I'm me. But like, how do you feel about the always be talking rule?
I think that's important.
Yeah,
If there's like a full 60 seconds of dead air, like we were talking about earlier,
yeah.
most people are lurkers and they're just listening to you. If there's dead air for 60 seconds, most people are like, "Yo, is this guy still alive?
Mm,
Like is he still going?" Like I don't. I think the always be talking is important as long as you have something to say. Like don't just say something just to say it,
yes.
but like don't don't not say something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's a tricky line to balance, and I think that like a lot of the big streamers have already gotten that down, but that's because they've been doing it for so long. I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't want the verbal diarrhea, right? Like you want to.
To me, that's a bit of a turnoff. Like, if I come to stream and it looks like you're forcing something, I'd rather watch you for
Mm,
shit. I'll watch you for a couple minutes depending on the game you're playing. If you have to focus, I'm a pretty patient person. Normally, if I go to a stream, I have like I know that I'm either going to watch or vibe or talk. Eventually, I'm just going to wait for something to talk about. I think I'm a very patient viewer, or as in I will lurk for shit half an hour because I know I'm going to be there or it'll be in the background, and then I'll kind of hear like if I hear anime, for example, if I hear the word anime, I'm just like, oops, my ears perk up, and then I can start. And if they've said nothing for that full half hour and then said anime, it's still fine with me. But I know I'm not everybody else, and you do have to have that revolving. Do you ever go into your streams with like a plan? Do you make content from your streams, or do you just like have a game in mind and you just kind of go from there?
so that's kind of tricky for me because I haven't really like gone into my streams with a plan with the intention of making content from it after. A lot
Okay.
of the content that I've gotten from my streams have kind of been just kind of accidental.
Okay.
And so for me, like I know I want to start planning out the streams, planning out like maybe a couple of jokes here and there that I'd want to throw in just to kind of make like a clip out of it later. But I definitely think that the streams definitely require more structure, and as I've been going, I've started to realize that like sometimes like this week I've actually had like a pretty bad week of streaming
Mm.
in my mind because I haven't like had the not the drive, but I just like my energy's been off. Like I haven't been feeling like my mood's been off rather. Like it's
Yeah.
just like you have those kind of off weeks.
It
And
happens.
so for me, like maybe having a plan would kind of counteract having that off day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think that that's something that I want to work towards for
It
sure. Do you
I'll
you you plan your streams, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, clearly with this, my Monday streams are kind of my nonchalant. I used to do anime content, but I just don't have the time to make it now. But I will
Okay.
tell you, this past Monday when I just popped going live, it was fun. It was nice. It was a small crew and we shot the shit. But I didn't. It didn't feel right. I felt kind of like I didn't do the stream justice because I normally go into every stream like it's my last. I want to make sure that this show, if for whatever reason I have to stop streaming, this has to matter. Whether it be interviews, which is in theory easy because I have these chats, but yeah, I think it helps, even if it's just a game. My least favorite thing is when streamers go like ask their community, or if you're a small streamer, attempt to ask your community or other streamers what you should play. You should know the game, and then when you get to stream and other people and you're still feeling like, I don't know what I want to play, then you can sort of ask if someone shows up, but you need to know at least what game you're playing and then go from there, because this is your show, this is your stage. You need to have a semi plan, even if it's just a game. That's how I feel about it. Also, Murdogging real quick, yes, like 7 seconds. You have like 3 seconds because of TikTok culture, but it's quick. You got to be quick on it.
That's why like I really look up to Ludwig, because like his catchphrase is like, "Boys, the plan is simple."
Yep.
And you know, like he has because he knows what he wants to make a YouTube video about. So his streams are they're revolved around what content he's going to be putting out next.
Yeah.
So I think that's like something that I want to start implementing into my content, because like I said, I'm just kind of like a dog without a bone, for lack of a better metaphor, just kind of looking like, okay,
Yeah.
hopefully something funny happens this stream. Like I'm like a naturally charismatic guy. Like I'm like I think I'm funny. Well, you know, that's subjective, but
hey, as long as you think you're funny, that's a start.
Well, that's
dude.
it. Yeah, if I make myself laugh, that's all I care about. Like,
Same. I had to do that for the longest time because I was building a brand, so it was me just laughing to myself, and then I had my buddies on stream. But that's huge. It's absolutely huge. But I'm gonna start wrapping this up, dude. We're getting to 4:30.
No worries. Holy shit! All right, sorry. Yeah, I didn't.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I was just gonna say Death. You know, Death. What a name.
Yeah. Death is
Cat.
ready.
But Death, if you want to jump in the waiting room, if you're still around, we'll start wrapping up. But I think that's big. Once you start, even like I said, games are small. A 15-minute segment. This is for all streamers, not just you. If you can find a small like 15-minute idea, it's a great start to a stream, and then you can just have fun. People can come in, yada. Or a worst case scenario, because you're still building a brand, you're just playing games for a little bit, then on stream. But let everybody know where they can find you, all your stream, all that good stuff.
All right. Well, first of all, thanks, Aaron, for the shout out. I appreciate it. So you can find me at on Twitter. I'd say YouTube, but I don't have any content on there right now. But I've streamlined my username across all platforms at Wildcathippo, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. You'll find me there. So thank you very much for the for the podcast, for the interview.
No, dude,
Jordan, I appreciate that.
Anytime. If there's more down the line you want to come back on, you have an event coming on, or if there's just an open slot on like a Wednesday or Monday, I always have people on. So, dude, you're welcome anytime.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day. I'll be lurking in chat because these are fantastic. So.
Yep. Talk to you later, dude.
All right. Later, man. Thank you.
Bye. All right.